I'ma pull up to the club with tequila in my cup. Pour it till I've had enough. Feel the empty in my heart. I'ma pull up to the club with tequila in my cup. Pour it till I've had enough. Feel the empty in my heart. Na 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 na. Yeah yeah. Na 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 na. Yeah yeah. I'ma pull up to the club with tequila in my cup. Pour it till I've had enough. Feel the empty in my heart. I'ma pull up to the club with tequila in my cup. Pour it till I've had enough. Feel the empty in my heart. Na 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 na. Yeah yeah. Na 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 na. Yeah yeah.
And there we have it. I have built Five Nights at Candy's. Or, shall I say, Candy's Burgers and Fries. This one was different. I had a lot less to work from, as, for example, the FNAF movie location and most other locations have a physical exterior or suggested exterior for me to work from. This one sort of did in-game, but I decided to Google Burger King, and I got, maybe not exactly this, but they're very square and cubic, which fits Minecraft very well. So I decided to go for something. I already arguably modern, which might not have been the best choice. My goal was to make it unique, and I do think I have managed that. It is certainly a very unique build, unique color palette, using a lot of blues and purples for Cindy and Candy. This is inspired by Burger King specifically, because they have a Burger King logo on top of this pillar. I put a C, which I admit kind of looks like Chuck E. Cheese now I look at it, but that's fine. I had to use banners for the name, because obviously there is no sign for Candy. Candies? When it comes to Candy, there's like a plushie and that's it. I think I'm okay. I absolutely love what I was able to do here with the waving Candy. Not amazing. I haven't built a character in a while. These frame blocks help a hell of a lot, especially when making the muzzle. Overall, I would say this is one of my weaker exteriors, but it's definitely one of the most unique, and I'm happy with it. The car park is a little small, but I'm fine with that. It's a slightly smaller establishment. The mods that I added recently, FNaF added a bunch of car blocks. This one is purple guy's car. It's got the yellow rabbit on the back, and it's a Chevrolet Impala, one of my favourite cars. You also got these Harley motorcycles, you got the station wagon, Dodge Ram 1982, and it just helps the world feel more lived in, alive, and unfortunately they don't all load it at the same time. Also, is this just me, or is this the Batmobile? It says the DeSoto. This looks so familiar, and I swear this is the Batmobile from like the 1960s. I could be going insane, it wouldn't be a first, but I don't know, it's a cool and funny car to have. So let's make our way around to the back. This is the back. Pretty much typical of every like back of a building I have. I decided to make around here brown instead of white, like it's the area you're not supposed to see, or it is an old part of the building that they didn't quite be bothered to upgrade. Back here, more cars, but also a van here. This is the FAZ van, so it is a Fazbear entertainment van. You could kind of make out Freddy Fazbear. For me, it's just a delivery van, really. Bunch of boxes, cutouts. I added some shelves from the, I believe it's the Chuck E. Cheese mod I added back to the box. Yeah, it is. It helps because some of these don't load in when you look at them at a certain angle. I say that, now they're loading in. So it adds variety as well, which is very important. It also contains like old televisions and stuff, which fits quite well, I think. Let's go round. This is the entrance. Once again, I added a bunch more mods, as you would have seen in the time lapse. This is from the FNAF mod again. The welcome mural, which I did in fact add to the FNAF 1 build. So let me go show you that real quick. So in the FNAF 1 build, I added the welcome sign as well as this height chart from FNAF mod, because that's what is in the film. Just thought I'd let you know. I'm not going to do what I did last time, where I didn't go back and fix builds. This time, for example, I am going to go back and improve upon builds, such as the garage door, which I wish kind of went out further, but it just helps make builds better, and it's always nice to improve upon what you've already built. Enough dilly-dallying. Let's go to the interior. So in the game, there is 2 doors depicted into the building. I would have put 1, but I wanted to keep as faithful to the game as possible, given that there's so little to go from. Inside, we've never seen this room, so I just guess. A couple of waiting chairs, signs, palm trees. There's these Candy and Cindy blocks in the FNAF mod. These are kind of in place of the cutouts, which I think work kind of well. They're definitely odd looking, but I think they're adorable. Streamers, banners, stuff like that. At night, you do see these sort of garage doors, or well, they're not garage doors, but you see that these are closed at night, since that's when the shutters, that's the word, shutters, when the shutters are down. So I included those 2. A shelf of a Candy and totally Cindy. This is actually Mimi from the CS FNAF mod, because there's only a Candy plush, there's no Cindy, sadly. A couple of other stuff, like these corkboards, more bins, plants, cameras, and the office. The office was a little tricky, I admit, because 1, you don't see behind you, 2, this poster. This isn't the poster that's in this room. I couldn't find the original poster, so I had to go with this. which is actually the candy redesign, I think, from the game that's been teased for a while. I mean, it'll do, it gets the point across. You can sit here, you can actually close the doors. These are different doors this time. These are big security doors from the FNAF mod, because in-game they have I think it's a warning label on it. And I was so glad to see that this mod had that. Over here is a ticket booth, which you can close thanks to the Management Wanted mod. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually fit the ticket window because this thing takes up quite a lot of space. It's a whole block wide, and I didn't want to make it 2 blocks thick. Plus, the ticket booths I have are actually 2x1, and they're too small. So, this'll do. You can't actually interact with this monitor, so I was clever here. If you look to your right, there's a stack of TVs, with the top TV being your camera system. I felt like that was a good way to hide it, but not take away from the build too much. To the left hall, or what is known as the backstage in-game, bunch of extra stuff on shelves. You got some cutouts, speakers, Cindy, wet floor signs, a Pop Goes plushie, and a Pop Goes arcade. Yeah, it's just pretty much the same as in-game. Fire extinguisher too. Only difference is staff room. A staple of my builds is the goddamn staff rooms. I did change one thing in here, that was the vending machine. It was the Bonnie Bowl vending machine, which didn't fit at all. So I changed to a regular vending machine and a coffee machine. A phone, which I realised has eyes, which is kind of creepy. A coffee machine, retro-ish kitchen. Got more plushies, boxies, a little foosball table. This is from the FNAF mod again. And a little window to see outside. Not the most beautiful of views, but it's a view. And of course, back here, this would be a regular door, but I changed it to a garage door. Which, by the way, these are from the Macaw's Doors mod. It makes more sense to have a door like this. Plus, I like it. I just like these doors. Over here, we have the arcade room. Very small. Pretty much the same as what's in game. We thankfully had this candy arcade machine from the generic FNAF mod. So now it's here. Then we have Candy and Cindy by this new staff door. Some more bins, plants. Random decorations on walls that I couldn't find posters, but I did download the immersive paintings mod, which lets you import paintings. It's just I couldn't find images online of what I wanted. It's a bit of a mix and match, so not one-to-one in the slightest, but I did my best, and I wish I could have done better. This is the main room. There's nothing in here in-game, pretty much. There's a weird table here, not too sure why, but I included it. The restrooms, if you couldn't tell. More bins, balloons, burgers, palm trees, Candy Cindy. And I added a little fountain feature for something interesting to look at. It would be nice to have a little mini Candy or Cindy on top of here. That would be kind of cute, but I don't have the facilities for that. I almost forgot the restrooms. The men and women's restrooms are literally identical. The right being this, a bunch of stalls, mirror, sinks, wet floor sign, trash can, and the men's being the same, but without the wet floor sign. Nothing special about these since we don't see them, so I just guesstimated. And then over here, it would say Party Room 1, Party Room 2, but I don't have Party Room 1 or 2. It's just a big-ass party room sign with arrows pointing you to both of them. With the left party room being Chester's party room. Thankfully, there was a Chester animatronic in the Management Wanted mod, so I was able to do his room and have him on stage. Just a generic party room. I found these lovely clouds in the FNAF Universe fanverse mod. These are very cool, and they go up and down, they're animated. It makes the room feel more alive. And yeah, I'm happy with this, honestly. It was, again, limited with what the blocks I had, but I think I managed to pull it off pretty well. Back here is the room I added. This is Backstage 2. This backstage is just random stuff, bunch of spare endoskeletons and things. There's no endoskeleton model for their actual endos, so I just used the Endo 01 from FNAF 1. Speakers, other guitar types, banjos and things. I did a blocked off door because, in my mind, this backstage was part of the null room, or the secret room from Finest Candy's remaster, and they just had to block it off because it was dangerous. I wonder why. And coming over here, we might as well get these out of the way. This is parts and service. Bunch of just junk everywhere, from tearing apart endoskeletons and rebuilding things. We don't have a penguin animatronic in the mod, but we do have a penguin table in the mod. Penguin is here in spirit. And of course, this is quite important to this room, because this in the newspaper is what you see when you look in the camera. I had a workstation with more endoskeletons, parts, mops for cleaning up messes. And then there's this curtain back here, which is where old Candy would be. But of course, we don't have old Candy, because the mod only has Candy, Cindy, and Chester. So I'm using deactivated withered Coco. This is from Coco and Ida's Diner, their IRL cats from the CS FNAF mod. And I think, other than it not being blue, I think it works pretty well. Broken, still recognisably a cat. And yeah, nothing much here. And then over here is room null, or the old backstage. This room is very messy. They don't really come back here ever. Bunch of stuff around, a couple of Easter eggs like Fetch and Chica's Magic Rainbow. More boxes dating back God knows how long. Old plushies. This is Shadow Cat from CS FNAF again. They don't have Shadow Candy in the mod, but this is actually very close enough. I'm happy with this, because in room null, if you didn't know, there is Shadow Candy. I never did that night because I decided not to do the bonus nights or do any secrets for some reason. I think I want to just keep the video nice and short because I don't want to bore you all. I missed this, unfortunately, but I made sure to include it here. Around here, more old speakers, old cutouts, shelves, speakers and stuff. And then back here would be cat and rat, but I've had to go with deactivated withered Ida for cat, because this is still a cat. And it's brown, which is important, because they're kind of a beigey brown colour. And then this is withered Oliver. This is a dog, but I got him because of his long snout, kind of like a rat, because rat does have a long snout in the game. And it's withered as well, and brown, so it works pretty well. I didn't realize back of his head's missing. God damn! So yeah, that's why this plush is here, because this is actually Ida as well. Oh, it meows! That's adorable! So here is the main party room with Candy and Cindy. This was actually kind of fun to make. Some things are different. Well, actually, a lot of things are different. The tables are set up completely differently. Candy and Cindy's here with their trees and clouds on stage. The camera back here instead of up here, because I didn't want the camera on the clouds. It would ruin the feel. So I put it back here instead. They're here, also from the Management Wanted mod, so that was nice to have. This is the kitchen. So the kitchen would just be 2 single doors, but I changed it to being double doors because I wanted to use different doors, and these are from the FNAF mod, so I wanted to try and use that more. Inside the kitchen is definitely better than most of my kitchens I've made. Still pretty basic, but you have your center island with the sink over here with some pots and knives and plates. It's like butters and our Pop Goes plush. This is the FAZ oven, but a different kind. Looks a bit different. Obviously, they probably would just use a normal pizza oven, but this is close enough. Some bins, some fryers, warning signs because this is hot. Drink stations. These big-ass fridges and freezers. These are from the FNAF mod again. There's a lot of good stuff in that mod, by the way. And it all ties this together. Overall, happy with this kitchen. Probably one of my top kitchens in terms of looking like an actual kitchen. I probably should have made it a little more crammed, but at the same time, as someone who just doesn't like the idea of a crammed kitchen, I went with this. Next to the party room is the drawing room. This room. So there's no blank model. So Blank's just gone on vacation, and he's asked his good pal Withered Chica to take his place. Now there were 2 reasons I did this. Reason 1, her arms are out, so it looks like she's attached to the wall hanging thing, which I thought was a cool idea. She's kind of got the same head shape in terms of being circular, like ovalish, as Blank, and she's withered, so she's broken. And she's missing a hand, which Blank is missing an arm, so technically Withered Bonnie might be better, but he's missing his face, so I mean, it doesn't matter. It's funny that I think that I went to Withered Chica just to be like, yeah, take my spot, please. I'm going to go to, Hawaii. And then in this room, we have a bunch of just drawings everywhere, wires connecting to the holding thing for Blank, more plushies, that's loud, paper, images, cutouts, streamers. It's just a very kid-friendly drawing room. And yeah, of course, I did the skylight again for the main room. because I just love the skylight. I don't know why I love skylight so much, and it brings in that extra bit of light much needed to the building, which is very nice. And if we set this to night, it still brings in enough light that this place feels alive. Oh, why did it say that? You feel a rare presence in the air? No, daytime. I don't know what that means. No, thank you. If I see, like, a boss spawn, I swear to God. So that's my Five Nights at Candy's build. It is not incredible, but I would say it's unique, given my limitations. But I am actually very, very happy with what I was able to do. This is much more of an experimental build, but I think that's okay. It's good to try something different every now and again. This was Five Nights at Candy's 1, and next week, or maybe a little later because I am busy now, we are working on Jeff's Pizza. This will be both Jeff's Pizza and the old Freddy Fazbears. The layout isn't perfect to the game because, well, it's a game. They're never accurate. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching this video. It really means a lot, and I hope you really enjoyed. And I hope you didn't mind the change of music, because there's not a lot of fan music for this game. And also because it would be nice to monetize my video every now and again. Just every now and again. I'm going to try and mix in builds with regular FNAF songs and then without. So my custom build will probably end up being with normal FNAF songs. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, much as I enjoyed building it, even though it was a bit complicated. And I will see you next week-ish, maybe, sort of, kind of. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Bye-bye.